Hi and welcome to a new video on my channel. Today I want to show you how to begin and how to complete the two sides of the dove wings shawl, and also how to sew them up using two methods. This shawl is beginner friendly and only uses basic stitches. With some thick yarn, you can be done in no time. To make the shawl you will need some size 4 or Aran weight yarn. It's almost like chunky yarn at about 60 meters per 50 grams. You will need about 300 grams for the size that I show in the pattern. You will need a hook, a 7 or 8 millimeter hook. This is actually a 7 millimeter hook despite what it says on there. A pair of scissors and a big tapestry needle, and if you want to tape measure. We begin with a magic ring. So we make a loop, insert the hook inside and pull up a loop. Chain 1. Now we will put 4 treble stitches inside the magic ring, and to do that I will make first a standing treble by drawing up a loop, yarning over twice, insert the hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2, and again yarn over, pull through 2 to make the first treble. This is the standing treble, and then yarn over twice to make the next treble, and then 2 more. Now we chain 3 loosely and slip stitch into the magic ring. Then close the magic ring by pulling on the tail. And this is the end of the first row. Then we turn. Now we will put 8 treble stitches into the top of the last stitch in the previous row, not counting the chain 3. So it's this one here. Okay, we have 8 trebles. You want to work loosely, not too tight, because you want the feathers to be fluffy. That's 8 trebles in the same space, and then we have 2 trebles in the next 2 stitches. And we finish with 4 trebles in the top of the last stitch. And that's the first feather finished. We turn and we make 1 standing treble and 3 trebles in the first stitch. So we have the tall loop, yarn over twice, and make the treble as usual. Then we have 4 trebles. We chain 3, slip stitch into the next stitch, and turn. Again we have the 8 trebles in the last treble on the previous row to make the end of this feather. Then we have 6 trebles. And 4 more trebles in the last stitch. Now the second feather is finished, and we turn and continue like this, following along with the instructions in the pattern until we reach row 22. Once we are done with row 22, we will start squaring this wing so that we can attach the two wings together. So to do that, we turn, we chain one, make one single crochet stitch in the first stitch, then one half double crochet stitch, one double crochet stitch, and one extended double crochet stitch. Just like a double crochet stitch, except we add one chain, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two. Then we continue with trebles until the end of the row, where we make the end of the feather. Once you have 41 trebles, you chain 3 and slip stitch into the next stitch, then turn. Now we have the 8 trebles in the last stitch of the previous row. And then we have 36 trebles. After making the 36 trebles, we have one extended double crochet stitch in the next stitch, one double crochet stitch, one half double crochet stitch, and a single crochet stitch. Then we slip stitch into the next stitch, we turn, and we slip stitch 4 times. Then we start again with the single crochet stitch, half double crochet, and so on. And we have this pattern repeat 3 more times. In the pattern you have the exact number of stitches that you need to make for each repeat. Making these rows with the shorter stitches at the beginning ensures that you have a 90-degree angle here where you will be joining the second wing. So when you're finished with this one, you have to make one more, and then I will show you how to seam them up into the shawl. Once you are done with the 2 sides of the shawl, you can start sewing them up, or you can even choose to crochet them together along the spine of the shawl. I will be using the tapestry needle to sew them up with a basic stitch, going behind all the stitches on both sides. You need to leave a long enough tail so that you can safely do this. Another method of sewing up these 2 pieces is to put them right sides together like this, so that the seam faces you on the side, and then you go with the needle through the next stitch and you go back out through the stitch before on the other side. Then you go to the next stitch, make sure you catch the one that will show on the front, and go back into the stitch where you just came from. Then again the next stitch and going back. You have to be careful here with the stitches because you have slip stitches, so you need to make sure you catch those as well so that they don't show on the front of the work. This seam takes a bit more time to make, but it's much more secure than the basic seam. And on the front of the work you can't really see it. Now your shawl should be finished. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and check out other pattern videos I have on the channel. Subscribe if you want to know when I publish new videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!